Well, welcome back. I just wanted to give a little bit of an update on some of the things that are happening in my yard. Things are starting to open up because it's spring. A lot of things are blooming. I'm going to go around and I'll show you some specific things that I'm kind of looking forward to opening up and seeing what it does this spring and summer. I started some things by seedling seeds inside in my basement the year before, and I planted them and they didn't bloom, and this year it looks like they're going to bloom. A couple of them is my pink dandelion and another flower that blooms this beautiful blue bloom. And then I also have done like a whole bunch of bulbs, and they're just starting to come into their own. As you can see over here, I have some grape hyacinths coming up, and so I'm gonna go take you over there and show you some of these things. So here we go. Okay, so I'm over here. This is kind of like my hosta alleyway. I have a whole bunch of hostas that come up along the side of the rocks here, and so behind it I had planted about 500 bulbs that I got from Color Blend, and they're doing pretty good. This gets very shady because of the fence, but I got these really cute clustered little daffodils, and they're just the sweetest things, aren't they? They're just so sweet. And they're supposed to be like naturalizing themselves. Is that the right word? Anyway. And then I have, these are supposed to be like a snowdrop. And then I have a whole bunch over here as well, snowdrops. And then I had planted some other little things that are just starting to come up for blooming. They're more happening on the south side by my garage over here, and in the front that there's a little bit further along. So very much looking forward to these really filling in and blooming. You can just kind of see my hostas here popping. I have quite a few variety of hostas. I counted them one time, and I'm not sure how many, but I think it's over 20 different hostas. So maybe sometime I'll do a hosta video. And this here is going to bloom real pretty too. That's my almond bush. It's just always a beautiful show, and it's really filled out. I moved it to this location about 3 years ago, and it's just loving it here a lot better than the other location. It was almost ready to die, so it's doing way better over here. And so anyway, looking forward. These are supposed to be the snowdrops. I don't see any buds. I'm afraid to step in here because I have so many different things popping up, but I don't know. Oh yeah, way down in there is something coming. Oh, I see a little bud. So, and then this was one of my new hydrangeas I bought. This is a Little Lime Punch by Proven Winners. I have a couple of other a couple of others coming from Proven Winners that I ordered. One is a heuchera and 2 are shrubs, so I'll show you those when they come. It's supposed to come in May, being shipped here. So anyhow, that's just a quick update here. I'm going to go over here now and show you my first little seedlings that I started inside last year and then put them out for the summer, which I'm hoping will bloom real soon this summer. I have a few of these Drop More and Chessa, and I started these from seeds last year and put them out here, and they didn't bloom, but they look like they're getting really healthy this year, and they have a beautiful blue, deep blue bloom. So I have 2 back here. Let me put this back so I don't lose it. And I have a few more coming. There's one here and here, and there was one other one I thought I saw coming. I made this like kind of a cut flower perennial bed here. No, I guess that's the only ones. I thought there was one on the other side. So there's 1, 2, oh, there it is. So it's hard to point on here. 1, 2, 3, and then 4 and 5. So very happy about that. All of my foxgloves I started last year did bloom, and they seem to be all coming back right here. There's a really nice one there, and there's a couple here, and there, and there, and there, and there, and there, and everywhere. So that's another update from my seedlings from last year, so very happy. I also did some, can't think of the name. It's horrible when you try to remember things. You'll know it when you see it. What is that? Tell me. Brain, tell me. Good Lord. Anyhow, that's a real pretty colored one. Peaches and cream. Oh, the name isn't coming to me. I'm going to pop it up on the screen. Anyway, so that's doing really well. And now you can see the other two blue ones right here, and that one's doing really well. There's the grass, ornamental grass I transplanted from my small pond. And back here I have some marshmallow root, some lupine, some old-fashioned type of hydrangeas. They bloom blue, so they did pretty good last year. And here I have a bunch of mint that I need to clean up, and some columbines are popping up, and just some beautiful things. So it doesn't look it maybe on this picture, but looks very nice. There's the columbine coming. So, and this one here is beautyberry bush, and they like it wet, and I think he's going to do really well here. He's starting to just barely bud out. Very, very hard to see in there. Anyway, I'll have to show you again another time. But very excited about the stuff that's coming in here. Hollyhock came to me. Finally, hollyhock. So hollyhock, foxgloves, that other one that I just told you the name of. I have a few irises over here I have to get out. Anyway, okay, this significant little stick is my my persimmon tree, and it's doing really well. It's got its buds are starting to look really good. And when I got this, it was about the size of this twig here, down in the ground, and I caged it to make sure nothing would bother it. Plus I put chicken wire at the bottom as well to keep the baby rabbits out. And it's doing really good. Last year I pruned up some of its lower branches to make it go up, and so they're doing really good. So I got this from Nash Nursery, and I have one here, one back there, and another one there. So there are 3 of them. This is the American persimmons. These are my pawpaw blooms. Quite a few on the little tree. There's 3 there, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Quite a few on this one. Let's go over here and see for other one. Oh, there is a few. Thank goodness. Because I was like right up here. So good. I'm going to actually pollinate them this year by hand. There's one way down here too, because it didn't take last year, and these are only, there it is, to the base of this one. They should have pollinated each other. So anyway, that's my pawpaw tree. Thought I'd just show you an update on that. There you can see here and there. They must be 12 feet apart or 10, so they should pollinate each other. I love this Angelica Sedum. It says it's hardy down to zone 0, but it survived here, and we get colder than that. But isn't that beautiful? I just love the color on this thing. It's just as pretty. Just lovely. Looks really nice up against my rock here. This is a favorite sedum of mine. It's variegated. It's just beautiful. They call it Autumn's Charm. It's doing pretty good here. I really enjoy the variegated plants, so when I saw this, I just had to have it. So it's a zone 3 to a zone 9. So if you can get this puppy, he's just really pretty. Sometimes she turns even more white on the tips. And this is just loaded with blooms this year. I just so enjoy this. It does a nice job of shading the pond a little bit, which I need. So just lovely. I got it about half the size. It probably was right about this size when I bought it. So about 2 feet tall and definitely not as thick as the trunk is on this. So it's loving its place right here. So this is a patio peach. It's a baby from my mom's original patio peach. And it's just beautiful. And as it ages, the petals just get this beautiful pink. And it's just gorgeous. And I love the leaves on it. It's beautiful. It's just starting to rain, but I wanted to show you my Asian pear. It grew so well. Oh my goodness, it's tall. Probably 15 feet tall, and look at all of the buds all over it. They're just about to open. There's a couple here that are just opening. So hopefully some of these get pollinated and not ruined from the cold weather we're going to get again. So anyhow, I just had to show you that as well. So this is pink dandelions that I got from Baker Creek Seeds. And look how they are doing this year. I started them last year from seed, planted them in here, and now they are blooming. This is so cool. They are so beautiful. So right next to my pink dandelions that I grew from seed is my Bartlett pear. And this one is probably going to have to go bye-bye soon because it does have a disease. It seems to keep wanting to send off shoots, new shoots, lower and lower. I don't know if if it's going to be original at the bottom eventually, and it could start a new one. But anyhow, it's not quite as open as the Asian pear, but it is loaded as well. And growing fruit trees is not for the faint of heart. And I would just suggest going to an orchard and giving them some business. So it's just my thoughts on it. It's just a lot of work. So anyhow, that is that. I just had to do a quick show off of my forsythia here blooming. He's just so beautiful and full. It's just gorgeous. Best time to do is to prune this after it blooms so you don't cut the blooms off. It sets them in the fall so you have a beautiful show. So if you want to keep a rounded bush, wait until after it blooms. So this one gets a little bit too much shade from my pine trees here, but it's just lovely. So this is supposed to be a red seedless grape, and it is doing really well too, just starting to bud out. So I have it growing on my trellis here, and it seems to be doing really well all the way to the end. So that's a good thing. I have another one here that I transplanted from in my ground, and it does look like it's alive. So the buds on it, this is supposed to be a seedless red too, but it does have a few little buds. So this is a good thing. This thing's had a rough life. So anyhow, that one is growing on the other side of this arch. This is my other grapevine. This is supposed to be a seedless white, but it has seeds. Anyway, and it is not as far as the other one. It's a little bit more unprotected from the other one. It's closer to the other pine trees, but it's doing really well. It's starting to bud out very nice. And this one's got this arbor to grow on. So way over there is my other two. And here is this one. But this one grew very nicely. I gotta do a little bit more pruning on it and learn how to do it. I kind of do, but kind of don't. Because usually you don't grow them on an arbor, you grow them on a straight line. But anyhow, that's a little update on this particular grapevine that I have in the ground. So this is an area that I'm redoing. We got these brick pavers for free, so we utilized that. And in this area I had an old Japanese lilac bush, and it just was not doing well. It had gotten bugged up and stuff. And then I had an old style viburnum here, and it wasn't looking so good either. So I ended up getting a red, yellow, red twig dogwoods. And so this is going to be really pretty. They get about 6 by 6. These are a little smaller variety, so they get about 6 by 4. So anyhow, I'm looking forward to having this be a very beautiful screen here, and seeing the nice interest of red, yellow. And this is an old lilac bush as well. Came from the house originally. And so looking forward to this area improving. I need to add some more chips and do a little weeding, but it's looking good. I do have some ferns that like to pop in here. This is going to be a little bit more sunny, so they may not do as well here. But anyhow, that is an area I am improving right now. Those stumps were pretty hard to get out, but it's always nice to have a come along and a good axe to help you loosen those roots. Okay, this is one I talked about, and I've had conflicting write-ups on what zone this really is. So I gave it a whirl, and it did survive. It looked really bad early spring, and mainly because of that horrible first cold we had. But we'll have to see. This all died, but the stem is good, and it's got new little growth on all of its tips. So I'm not sure if this is something that I should like cut down so it doesn't look ugly on the inside like it does. So I have to look into this, but very happy that this survived. So anyhow, that's a few of the things that I have in my garden. This was the last one I showed you, and a lot of other things are starting to pop up, but I am going to get busy and do some other little projects I need to do. The sun is popping real nice, as you can see. Boy, the thing's really brightening up now. So anyhow, I hope you all have a great day and hope your spring is going well for you.